We're just waiting for them. They're going to get the live streaming on because we have a lot of people who want to do live streaming today. Thank you everyone for coming out. My name is Danielle Winky Smith. I am a member of Win with Black Women, Maryland, the Baltimore City, Baltimore County area, as well as Black Women for Positive Change. And one of the reasons why we are having this is because we talked to a lot of individuals who said that they, didn't know what was going on, how they felt, and there's a lot of misinformation and disinformation out here. So we want you to have an opportunity to get the good, real, factual information, but we also want to hear what you have to say. And then we're going to show a short film that explains Civics 101 as well as the Project 2025. Thank you. I'm going to let you talk to my cohort here, Ms. Michelle.
All right, good evening, everyone. Can you guys hear me okay? All right, thank you so much for coming out. In addition to our voter registration and education efforts, we want to make sure everyone knows how important it is to have a voting plan. And part of that means that once you register to vote, then once you've registered to vote, please make sure you verify that your voter registration is still active, because a number of people have had some issues with that. So once you register to vote, you verify you are a voter. The next thing you do is decide when you're going to vote. Are you going to early vote, absentee ballot, or are you going to go on election day? And because we're Marylanders, our early voting starts Thursday, October 24th through October 31st, and there are 11 locations in Baltimore County. All right? And so also we're asking, as part of your voter plan, is ask 10 of your family and friends to vote. And we're targeting young people like yourself that we have here, as well as our seniors and so forth. So please make a voting plan that includes your neighbors and your friends, and talk to them about the importance of voting. And then lastly, but at least, go vote. Vote early voting or vote on November the 5th. Thank you all so much for coming. We look forward to this event this evening.
Okay, so we're going to have Mr. Tote come up and speak. He's going to be our moderator for today. And I ask that each person just give a brief description of who they are, their title, and your name, and a little bit of what you do, who you are. Okay? Thank you. The men are now taking over.
Good evening. Good evening. All right, we're going to try that again.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's good to be here with you this evening. My name is Stephen Tillett. I'm the pastor of Asbury-Broadneck United Methodist Church in Annapolis, Maryland. Folks call me Pastor T, so that way they don't mess up my name. As I was listening to the explanation about voting, there's one thing that I learned in the last week that everybody needs to know, because the deadline for registering to vote is the 15th, that's today. But if you haven't registered by today, you can go to a poll on election day and register that day and vote that day. So there's literally no excuse for us not to vote in Maryland. Even if you are not registered yet, you can register on election day, on Tuesday, November 5th, and cast your vote. Whenever I discuss the process of civic engagement, I start off with just this basic: there are at least 4 steps to active civic engagement. First is to register to vote. Second is to become knowledgeable about the issues and the candidates. Third, vote. And then fourth, and here's the big key, hold whoever gets elected accountable, whether you voted for them or not. Once they take that seat, they're being paid by your tax dollars. They work for you, whether you voted for them or not, whether you supported them or not. Hold them accountable. And so this is about learning more about our process, cutting through the lies and the BS that we've been hearing in this campaign. And I'm just going to say this, and then I'm going to pass the mic down so everybody can introduce themselves, and we will get with the film and whatnot. pretty much anything you have heard Donald Trump say about Kamala Harris, about us, about anything, is a lie. If his lips are moving, he's lying. While he was president, they kept account of the number of lies he took while he was in office, put out there while he was in office. Over 30,000 lies in 4 years in the White House. And that's probably at least double or triple since he's been out. Because anytime he says, I didn't lose, anytime he says the election was rigged, anytime he says Biden is the real president, he's lying. And the other thing about him is this. Are you all familiar with projection, what projection is? That's when you throw your stuff on somebody else. So whenever you hear him say that a brilliant woman, like Vice President Kamala Harris, is low intelligence, he's projecting. Because I don't know if y'all noticed or not, he ain't a bright guy. In fact, Daddy's money got him into the University of Pennsylvania, but just because it can get you in, that doesn't help you so much when you get there. And one of his professors at the University of Pennsylvania said of him, he is the dumbest blankety blank student I have ever had. And that's when he was just a student before he became a business person who went into bankruptcy 4, 5, 6 times, etc. But whenever he says something about somebody else, they're done. What is it? Crooked Joe, Crooked Hillary. Who's got 91 plus charges? It ain't Hillary. It's not Joe. It's him. Sleepy Joe. Who's been falling asleep lately? Old Joe. Who's been looking old lately? So again, if his lips are moving, he's lying. And what he says about others, he is projecting. And you can also understand that that's not true. So as we're here today, we want to kind of cut through the bull, find out what's real, learn more about what is before us, and then make the best decision we can so that on November 6th or 7th, or whenever they finally declare the race, we will not be horrified and selling our homes and moving somewhere out of the country. One comment that was made about 10 people, don't worry about the number of people in the room. Number one, we are streaming. But number two, how many people in here know at least 10 people, have at least 10 relatives, friends, neighbors, co-workers, sorority sisters, frat brothers? So when you multiply the number of hands that are up by the number of people that are in our circles of influence, there are plenty of people that we can touch and reach and make a difference. Gentlemen.
Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. It's good to be here with Women with Black Women. My name is Haki Ali, the Success Scholar in the Baltimore area. Officially, I have several different titles. Actually, I was on the Baltimore City Democratic Central Committee in the City of Baltimore for 4 years, and I currently serve as the parliamentarian board member for the Maryland Black Caucus Foundation. But I'm also the president of Teaching Artists Institute, so I have a table in the back. So we do tours and different things, civil rights tours, et cetera, as well as working in Africa as well. Interesting, and it's an honor to be amongst many of you distinguished brothers here. You know, I've also been coordinating with Women with Black Men as well. So interesting, and I appreciate you, Pastor, you know, for sharing, you know, some insights and giving me permission to be as partisan as I need to be here today. Sometimes I'm thinking about the different hats that I'm wearing and, you know, toning some things down if I, you know, have to. But interesting, we went to the White House, I'll just say we, meaning the Maryland Black Caucus Foundation and the black legislators. It was probably about 30 of us. This was September the 18th. Very historic. And so what I'll do is throughout, I'll sprinkle some of the discussions that happened on that day. We went to the White House as well as the U.S. Capitol, just addressing some black issues. And so I've been tasked, and I've been on there on the board. I'm a parliamentarian for the past 5 years. And so it's a 6-year term, so I'll be coming up out of this board. But the Black Caucus Foundation works with all of the Maryland black legislators. So I think it's essential for me to just share what they actually do so that, we can just, continue the conversation. But I'll just pass it along and allow for some of the others to share. And I'll just come back if Lisa wants to share some of these policy objectives that they did there. So thank you. And also, I apologize, my Wi-Fi has some challenges, but we are streaming. I'm sorry, not live, but we are recording. So we will have that. My brother, you got it, right? Mr. Johnny Jackson. So I'm happy that he's here to back me up, but so we will have this recorded professionally, and we'll restream it, once in the proper time. So thank you all. So I'm multitasking here today, so appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Malwan Johnson. I am the International Director of Social Action for Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, also a board member of our Sigma PAC 1914. It's a pleasure to be here with a group of black women, and I look forward to the engaging discussions.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Corey Bailey from Parkville High School. I am the president of the NAACP chapter for my school. I'm 16 years old, and I'm just my chapter is our goal to help advocate for the youth voice and youth vote, knowing that we are the next generation for the world. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
When I say people, you say power. People! Power! People! Power! I already love the energy. I'll have to do it once. Greetings, everybody. My name is Dorian Rogers. I'm the state president for NAACP Maryland Youth and College Division. So the oldest and boldest civil rights organization in the land. Me and House of Baltimore County NAACP, so I gotta shout them out. But also proud member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And at the end of the day, we often say youth are not just our future, they're now. And no matter what your age is, because the saying is true, it takes a village to raise a child, it also takes a village to raise our scholars, to raise our skills professionals, to raise our veterans, to take care of our elders, right? It's about what are we doing not for the moment, but for the movement. And so I hope we come into this space and have vulnerable conversations, but most importantly, let's keep it real, right? Because oftentimes when we talk about democracy, we talk about it from a perspective of a fantasy. But it's a process, and it's how we channel that people power that we're talking about to really make the democracy by the people and for the people. So I'm excited. And glad y'all here.
That's my brother. Good evening, everybody. My name is Christopher Moore. I am a proud member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. I'm the director of social media for the Maryland Transit Administration. And prior to working there, I worked in the Senate for 2 years and on the presidential campaign. So you're not guessing what side I'm talking about. We work for Senator Bernie Sanders. I said that to say that I've been a lot of places and a lot of places around the country, and I think we're blessed to be in Maryland, but at the same time, all over the country, voter suppression is real, and I think a lot of us might not realize that, but especially in the South, I've heard of people in their 90s who have voted in every election. They go to vote, and they're told they don't exist. There's no record of voting. So I think voting is extremely important. It should be taken for granted. And thank you, Women with Black Women. I'm looking forward to discussing social action and different issues going on in our nation and within our democracy tonight. Thank you for having me.
Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Jonathan Coleman. I was born and raised here in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm a graduate of Morgan State University, also a member of Omega Psi Pi Fraternity Incorporated. I currently work as a systems engineer and project lead for Booz Allen Hamilton. I've been working there for the past 10 years. And I'm here just basically to talk about the importance of voting, not only at the presidential level, but also your local level. Thank you. Good evening. My name is John Berkeley. I am a very proud member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, past hospice with our Omega chapter. Currently, I serve as the Area 1 coordinator for the National Panhellenic Council, which is the coalition of all the black fraternities and sororities. And my area covers from Maine to Virginia, including the District of Columbia. So I have about 100 alumni and collegiate councils under my area. And we have been very, very, very active in get out the vote initiatives. And again, I'm like Brother Coleman, I will also be taking a bipartisan views on the discussion, and that's mainly because of my day job. And also, again, from a fraternity supporting standpoint, we do not endorse candidates. Our PACs do, but the fraternity supporters do not. So I do not want my views to be seen as coming from Omega Psi Phi versus coming from John Berkeley. I thank the ladies who organized this for the opportunity to speak. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Larry Lancaster. I'm a professional comedian and also a radio show host on WEAA. And I'm honored to be here, especially with this esteemed panel. And thank you, Ms. Danny, for inviting me here. And this basically was based on a conversation that we had over the phone about black men not necessarily supporting Kamala Harris. And I can understand the discrepancies or the skepticism with the candidate, but one thing I don't understand is the support for Donald Trump. And so I don't understand how you can have problems with her, but don't have problems with him.
We have one more. Keep the mic in the middle, and then we move back and forth.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm Kendrick Tillman. I'm a husband, a father, and a grandfather, and it's just my honor to be here. I have a few hats. I serve as the president of the Baltimore County African American Cultural Festival, like the acknowledged past president, David, right there. And I am vice president of Black Professional Men. I'm extremely passionate about ensuring the future of the African American male, and I serve as the co-founder. I serve as the co-founder of the Digital Bay Center, where we are very intricate about creating policy that impacts our communities and really being an advocate for policy. And so I'm just here to speak on that.
Let's give a round of applause for all of our... Before we begin with some discussion back and forth, we want to take a few minutes and watch this video by Yellow Pain, My Vote Don't Count.
The United States. He will be the first African-American president of the United States.
I've been broke all my life, but I kept hope all them nights. You see business in my city? Yeah, they closed all them twice. I was just riding down Salem, all them damn potholes, I can't drive. I know y'all can fix it faster, but I know y'all won't try. Nobody care about us, and that's why I don't vote. Voted for Obama back in 2012, I remember that's when I had hope. He was saying, yes, we can, and everybody got less food stamps. And when I turned 21, I was still broke, I'd never vote again. I don't think I ever had a president make my life better. Did it out on my own, ain't no politician ever do a nice gesture. I don't even know the mayor's name, I ain't never seen her one time ever. Tell me how she gonna help the city. What I'm supposed to do, write letters? What I'm supposed to do, blame Trump? He ain't never really gave a fuck. Ain't nobody raised minimum wage. None of these jobs pay enough. How could they just wanna keep us broke? Cause they ain't putting nothing in place for us. This how all my people feel, but we gotta learn. We complain enough, let me change it up. Everything I just said, everybody I know think the same way. See, they don't wanna see us vote, and we never do, so we see the same thing. But all our votes really do count, and they'll never really let it show. So now I'm finna break it down, cause if I don't, you would probably never know. First thing first, you know back in middle school when they taught us, it was 3 branches of the government. We forgot it when we got older. It's the judicial, the legislative, and executive. But all we know is the executive. That's the mayor, or the governor, and the president. Now none of them 3 people make no laws, they just be checking them. The laws come to their desk and all they do is say no or yes to it. So when the news station tried to tell us that Barack Obama couldn't put us on, we was all salty at Obama when it was the Congress members all along. We gotta focus on the legislative branch, yeah, they the ones that make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the card. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we